Hi everybody, welcome back to another CYT-Crypto episode. My name is Stephen Aitchison. Thank you very much for joining me today. Really appreciate it. And I really appreciate the kind of premium group and the free group that we've got over on Telegram. Links down below for that. For subscribing, liking the videos on this channel as well, and hit that notification bell. If you want to subscribe, remember hit that notification bell as well as subscribe and like the video as well. So it seems to be paying off just now. These kind of stopping the lives. Since I've stopped the lives, I think it was only 3 days ago. I think it was Tuesday I started. This is the fourth one I've done. And the subscriber numbers have gone up. But I think somebody had kind of pointed out in the premium group yesterday that I was featured, one of my videos was featured on KuCoin Play. So that might be why the subscriber numbers have gone up. So it might be a bit skewed, but I was wondering why the numbers had gone up. Okay, on to the markets. What's happening in the markets just now? Overall market capitalization of $277 billion, nearly $278 billion, getting closer to that $300 billion level. We've got a Bitcoin price of 9,771. It's really holding its own. Going to look at the charts in a second as well to say if it does break above kind of this level, we could be going up quite a lot, possibly to kind of 13, 14,000-ish. But we'll not speak about that just now. Who's the winners and losers? We have Kick Token up 31%. We have Hypercash has moved up 15%. Chainlink is moving. Tron, Bitcoin, Verge, Komodo, BitTorrent as well, all in double-digit greens. And losers, we have Molecular Future, which has gone up drastically over the last few months anyway, up 18%. Icon down, Ethereum Classic down, Hinder Hashgraph. These all three of them are kind of jumped up big time. Same as Zcoin. Sealy as well down, so there's not that much in the red at the moment. I'd say about 25% in the red, 30% maybe in the red. So it's looking good for cryptocurrency market as a whole just now, for Bitcoin and for the altcoin market as well. Altcoin market is just exploding just now. We'll just take a very quick look at Binance. WRX is the star of the show just now. Has still gone up 1,500 Satoshi. Remember, it started off around about 200 Satoshi. You can see that parabolic move, and I don't think anybody could have guessed that was going to happen, even with it being Binance and Binance kind of buying it. OGN has taken a massive jump as well, which is great to see. Origin token, massive move, 99%. It was up higher. I think it was just over 100%. So the alts are making a move big time as well. Is there any in the red? There's a few pages in the red on Binance. Not that much though. So the alts are really going for it as well. So it's looking good. Okay, let's look at the Bitcoin chart. I want to show you something here. So there's a Bitcoin chart, and I want to show you this kind of massive structure here. This is a symmetrical triangle. This is on a weekly. If we look at this symmetrical triangle on a weekly, this is going back to December 2017. And I want to kind of measure this and go down. So this is possibly what we could, if we break out this triangle, this is possibly what we could see. I'm going to put it up there if it was to break out there. So it's seeing a break up to 28,000. Up to 28,000. That's how you measure a break from a symmetrical triangle, from its high point to its low point. It could break up to 26,000. I'm not saying when it could break up, I'm just saying it could break out and go up to that level again. So we've got this here, this symmetrical triangle from 2017, but you can see here the structure is held for 2 years. You can see here, this is on a weekly. This is hit resistance line, hit resistance a couple of times, and it's now coming up for that resistance point again at 10,086. If we break that, so this is going to be major resistance. We know 10,000 psychological barrier anyway, but this is going to be major resistance as well because of this long-term structure that's in play as well in the symmetrical triangle. But what I do find really interesting as well, if we zoom out, we can see the exact same thing happened from 2013 to 2016 here. And this is when the last, obviously, when there was a parabolic move from here. So we can see what happened here. Bitcoin broke out from here in 2016 from 439 went all the way up to 789, which is nearly 100% move. before coming back down again and then starting its parabolic move. And that was just before the halving. These purple lines, dotted lines, represent the halving or the halving. So it goes up just before the halving, comes down, and then starts to make a parabolic move. So if this happens again, the apex of this symmetrical triangle is dead on the halving. So I've got this down for, at the moment I've got it down for the 4th of May. So it's dead on the halving. So if it broke out here, we could see a rise up to $26,000, not overnight, not immediately, but it's interesting to see that. And it's interesting to see the structure on a lot of the major alts, this symmetrical triangle, and the breakout from it as well. So we're going to go to Ethereum, look at the chart for Ethereum, exactly the same. It's not exactly the same, but it's the same structure. So we've got this symmetrical triangle. This has been in play since 1st of February 2018, so 2 years has it been in play for as well. So we extrapolate the information from the highest price here to the lowest price here on this triangle and kind of put it up to here. We're looking for a break up to $1,300 from there. And again, it's not overnight, but the major resistance here is $248. If we can break through that, then we're on the way to a big move for Ethereum as well. Same with, and nobody's really talking about this, is NEO. NEO's looking really good. It's looking undervalued, I have to say, at the moment. I loved NEO in the past as well. NEO 3.0 coming out. Obviously, everything that's going on in China just now, all the attention has been taken away from NEO at the moment. But because of the other bigger alts as well. However, I would really keep an eye on NEO just now. This could be a big break once it breaks out. I think with everything that's going on in China, that will clear. They're starting to find things for the coronavirus. That will clear up over a couple of months as well. And then crypto will come to the fore again. And this is when NEO, I think, is going to go up big time. But in the short term, we've crossed over on the daily. 70 EMA has crossed over the 50 EMA on the daily. We're breaking out of this kind of pattern as well. So it might not be a parabolic rise, 100% rise straight away. But if we break out of here, around about the 141,000 Satoshi level, it could be good. But if we look at NEO USD as well, it's looking good on the dollar value. I don't like looking at the dollar value of the alts because it's really kind of dependent. A lot of it's dependent on the USD value of Bitcoin. So USD, we've got $12.95, say $13. So I'm looking at $24 short term for, did I say $24? $21 short term for NEO. And then pushing on past that, once it breaks that $21, obviously we can push past that and go further up as well. But I think big things are coming for NEO quite soon. Just going to look at that on a weekly. So this has never happened before, but it looks like the 70 EMA is going to cross over the 50 EMA on the weekly as well for NEO. So it's looking good for NEO. So it's already gone up about 100% over the last couple of months. I think it's got another 100% to go. Okay, so NEO I've just recommended this in my premium group. I think it was just this morning. I've just recommended NEO in my premium group as well. And if you don't know about the premium group, okay, just to give you an idea of how the calls are made, this is how I make the calls in the Telegram group. I've got a special Telegram group for it. This is one for Kava. Made this 3 days ago. Called it 11,200 Satoshi, way down here. And it's since gone up to around about 14,000 Satoshi, or 14,200, which is a 26% increase, and it's still got more to rise. It's come down a wee bit, coming back up again. So I think this could be a really good one. Kava still got more to rise, but already risen 26% since I called it. So if you want to join the premium group, there's a link down below to join the premium group. Would love to see you in there. Okay, so let's look at the news. This is a big headline of the day. I don't know if you've seen this yet. Crypto projects could see 3-year exemption to securities law. So blockchain projects could get a 3-year exemption from US securities laws to build decentralized networks, according to SEC Commissioner Hester Peirce's latest safe harbor proposal. So this could actually really be could actually be a hindrance as well if you think about it, but this could be really big for crypto as a whole. So on the 6th of February, Commissioner Hester Peirce proposed the creation of a new regulatory safe harbour for blockchain projects building decentralised networks. And those who can show they are raising money and making progress towards an open source, permissionless network and who make the appropriate disclosures to the public would get a reprieve from securities law. If enacted, the benefits are numerous. Developers can fundraise, investors can access more comprehensive information, and the public enjoys cutting-edge technology. Plus, regulators can execute on their mission of protecting investors. So this could be, it's like almost a way round what the SEC are saying just now and kind of a pulling back of what that is. However, on the other side of the story, we all remember kind of the ICO craze and kind of what happened there. And this is a news story from News BTC. Many crypto industry observers have greeted the proposal with optimism. And that was my very first thought when I looked at that, but there's always something underlying. However, some believe it threatens to unleash another wave of ICO mania that would ultimately hurt the industry. Amongst them is Satoshi Roundtable host and CEO of Chainstone Labs, Bruce Fenton. In a Medium post published earlier today, he outlined his own criticisms of Peirce's safe harbour proposal. So he's got here in a tweet, my thoughts on the new SEC safe harbour proposal. Not a fan, it seems a bad idea. It could solve some issues and other benefits, of course. Several potential drawbacks and may not be the best focus. Do you agree? So he's asking that question as well. So there's two sides to this, but initially I think there's going to be a bit of, wow, this is amazing. And then when you think about it from an investor's point of view, we all went through this. If you've been in the game for more than 2 or 3 years, the ICO craze, what happened there as well. But hopefully it's going to be a safer ICO craze. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? We have Ethereum prices surge as DeFi markets hits $1 billion milestone. If we look at this, DeFi Pulse, and we'll go to all, you can see here we've got $1,000 million locked in Ethereum. And this is the DeFi space. And 1,000 million is obviously 1 billion. So this is the highest it's ever been for this kind of space, the DeFi space in Ethereum. And Maker is leading the way at $597 million locked, Synthetics $149 million locked, Compound $125 million locked. So the total value locked USD and DeFi is now $1 billion. We've been speaking about DeFi for ages, and it's here. Just now we can see if we go back a year, this time last year we were talking $300 million that was locked, $300 million value that was locked. Now we've got $1 billion. This is just going to keep on going up and up and up. And it'd be interesting to look at the DeFi market as well. So we've got the DeFix here. And this is a financial index. This is a weekly index. We're sitting at 122 just now. You can see that's gone up from 91 up to 122. I think more and more people are going to be paying attention to this in the future. Still not. Okay, this next piece of news, 5 reasons why Bitcoin is primed to explode to new highs. So Bitcoin is looking strong thus far in 2020. This could be the year we explode past new highs, is asking the question. According to trends, it's looking increasingly likely. So here are 5 reasons. One, the obvious one, is which is a Bitcoin halving in May or April. What's it looking at just now? We're talking about the 11th of May. It changes every day. You've got to remember it's going to change every day. So the closer we get to it, the more definite a date will be. But that's the obvious one, the Bitcoin halving. People are going to get excited about that and start buying into it. Global debt reaches record levels. So debts globally have exploded in the last 2 decades, and last year it topped all previous records. By the end of 2019, global debt was estimated to be around 250 trillion, led by the United States and China. And such sustainable levels indicate deep problems with today's fiat system. Effectively has no limits. With USA kind of printing money just right, left and centre, same with Europe as well. It's going to come to a head very soon in the next couple of years, and it's all going to come tumbling down. So that's another reason as well. Number 3, cash bans will become more common. So you've seen this in the news as well, where cash ATMs have just run out of money. You're limited to how much you can withdraw as well. So part of the appeal of Bitcoin is that it's fungible, often called digital cash. Bitcoin provides us with decentralized alternative. With the recent restrictions placed on cash transaction, we could see a significant transition towards Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. Number 4, banks continue to abuse their power. As seen in the Australian news as well, with regards to the banks and overcharging for credit card merchants as well, to the tune of about $500 million per year, overcharging merchants. Another reason why cryptocurrency and blockchain could be really good as well. So banks have been continuing to abuse their power. The Federal Reserve has injected $57.7 billion on January 4th, another $55 billion on January 24th. That's over $100 billion under a month to calm the markets. So it's just unbelievable kind of what the government and the banks, and who are kind of led by the government anyway, what they're getting away with just now. And number 5, Bitcoin's bottom is based on historical trends. Historically, Bitcoin has found its bottom around the 3rd year of every 4-year halving cycle. In the first 4-year cycle in its assets history, it rose 13,000%. The second cycle saw a 12,000% increase. The question is, how far will Bitcoin rise this cycle? How far will it rise? So are you holding some Bitcoin? Hopefully you are holding some Bitcoin. This is the Bitcoin halving set for 11th of, it's not set, it's currently 11th of May just now. That's going to be coming out. And this was the other reason we kind of looked at. Fed has doubled money supply since 2008, ticking time bomb for Bitcoin, ticking time bomb for Bitcoin to solve. So the state of the nation, this is this slipped under the radar. M2 money supply has doubled since 2008. Doubled. This is the money supply, and it's doubled since 2008. That's the Fed injecting money into the economy. So it's pretty crazy what's going on. How's it going to be solved? Could Bitcoin, could blockchain help solve it? Could Bitcoin be the way forward? If so, how would that work as well? That's what I'm trying to get my head around as well. This is a news story that caught my eye as well. Catalonia is moving to achieve digital independence using blockchain. If you've not followed the story, Catalonia has been trying for independence, to go independent from Spain for so long now, and they've been blocked by the Spanish government at every level, even making it illegal, and some of the politicians from Catalonia being arrested as well. I've followed it closely because of the Scottish independence question as well. Very similar kind of situation we're in, so I'm going to be following this news story. So just as the internet brought us universal connectivity, blockchain will bring us new universal governance. It will affect the administration of the government, will affect the economy, and it will affect one thing which is very important in our society, which is trust. Trust is what moves economic transaction, and it's what moves the relationship between the citizens and their government. So we've kind of lost trust with our governments as well, and this is closely tied to money as well. So what they're looking for in Catalonia is to go digitally, get basically their own sovereign, just see if it says it here. There's actually one of the projects we're launching in Catalonia, which is to have a self-sovereign and digital identity, because we believe that it's very important that the monopoly of identity is not exclusive to the state. Well done, Catalonia. And I think, and this is what I've been saying as well, although I've never done anything about it, this is what I'm saying about Scotland as well, and other people, other countries that want to be independent as well. But for every country around the world to have their own sovereign and digital currency as well. Not just a CBDC, because that's still going to be government controlled, but something else altogether. So I'll be following this closely as well, what happens with Catalonia. Bitcoin's big January move was tiny compared to the altcoin boom. So this is from Free Wallet, and we'll just look at the tweet just now. And this is just to say what the kind of monthly movers were. So obviously Bitcoin was up there, but it's not a huge move compared to other altcoins. Obviously BSV, which was apparently manipulated. Other winners of the month was Dash, 179%. That was one of the ones I called in the premium group. ZEC, 135%. Bitcoin Gold, IOTA, 89%. Lisk, 89% as well. We've got Litecoin 70%, XMR as well, Monero, EOS 59%, Link 57%, TRX 44% as well. So it's been a big month for the alts and obviously Bitcoin as well. And it looks like it could be even bigger. So where are we at just now? 9,746 still. So I think over the weekend we could break that 10,000 level. Now, what happens after that is going to be a whole other story. It's either going to break to the upside or it's going to be resisted at 10,000, come down and play between $9,000 and $10,000. So that's what could happen there. But it could shoot past 10,000 and go up and just keep going up. And so it'll be interesting to see what happens over the weekend. I think it's going to be a very interesting weekend, especially for the alts. But for Bitcoin as well, it's going to be interesting. Okay, thank you very much for watching. If you want to subscribe to this channel, please hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and like this video as well. I do really appreciate all the comments. If you want to make a comment as well and ask me any question or just to comment on this video, let me know in the comments down below. I do appreciate it, and I will respond to every single comment as well. So thank you very much again for watching. Have a brilliant weekend, whatever you're doing. And until next time, namaste. Take care. Bye now.